Hey Saki, do you want to learn how to make a macro camera lens for your phone out of like a laser pointer? Look, it's that guy. It's that guy. Get it. Yeah, you better get him. You better get him. Oh, it's that guy. He's back again. Oh, Saki. Let's get our supplies together. This project is super fast and inexpensive, and you only need a few things. But generalized words of caution. This project involves the use of lasers and tools. If you're young enough to need to borrow tools from a grown-up for this project, you're probably also young enough where you should ask that grown-up for help with this project. It'll only take about 5 minutes, and the grown-up will probably find it cool and interesting. I just don't want you to cook your retinas with the laser or pinch your fingers with the tool. Having said that, here's what you're going to need. First, you'll need a laser pointer. If you have a cat or you have a Doberman who thinks he's a cat, steal theirs. If you have to buy a laser pointer, go to your local dollar hauler or giant grocery place. You should be able to find one of these things for $1. As long as it has a laser pointer, it has the lens you need. Next, you're going to need a way to take the laser pointer apart. If you get a cheap laser pointer for $1, chances are very good that it will be easy to take apart. Find a small pair of pliers, a vice grip, or even just a strip of rubber that you can use to grip and pull the end off of the laser pointer. And hey, why not keep things safe? Throw some safety goggles onto your face while you do this part, just in case something wants to go flying. You never know. As my dad used to say, no brains, the whole body suffers. Use your brains to protect your eyes. You're also going to need a bobby pin. Bobby pins are typically used to keep hair in place, but we're going to use this one to keep our macro lens in place on the cell phone. If you don't have any of these, pick some up when you go out to buy the laser pointer. Get the smallest size of bobby pin you can find. And you're going to need a little bit of painter's tape or masking tape. We'll use this tape to attach the bobby pin to the back of the cell phone later. And by using painter's tape, we'll be able to remove the lens without leaving any sticky residue on the phone or damaging the phone in any way. And finally, you'll need a cell phone with a camera. I'm using this delightful iPhone SE, but just about any camera with a phone will work for this project. Now, we've got our supplies together, so let's make a macro lens for your phone. Once your supplies are together, you can complete this project very quickly. In fact, it might take you more time to get the supplies together than it takes to make this lens for your phone. Start by looking at the laser pointer. Don't shoot yourself in the eye with the laser, just look at the end where the laser comes out. The small plastic piece you're looking for is right inside the casing where the laser comes out. The piece looks like this. It's a tiny little disc made of clear plastic, and it shouldn't be attached to anything inside the laser pointer. It's just sitting there between the laser and the outside housing. If you can see it before you start taking the thing apart, you'll have some idea of what you're going for. If you can't see it before you start, that's not a big deal. Just understand that the piece you want is located at the very end of the part of the laser pointer where the laser comes out. Now it's time to take the laser pointer apart. The key here is to move slowly and carefully. As long as you have a cheap laser pointer, it should be very easy to take apart. A lot of times, these things are designed so that you can open them to replace batteries. If you can, take the laser pointer apart without using any tools. You might be able to just use a small piece of rubber or grippy material to open the thing up. If not, use a tool to grip the outside housing of the laser pointer and then very slowly pull the housing off. Move slowly. Remember that the lens you want isn't attached to anything in there. You don't want it to go flying across the room because you will never find it. Try slowly rocking the tool from side to side as you pull the outside part of the laser pointer off. Once you get the laser pointer opened, remove the batteries and set them aside so that you can't accidentally shoot your eye out. Then look at the end of the laser pointer where the laser comes out. Can you see the tiny lens? Sometimes there's a little spring or a piece of metal in the way. Just sort of dig around in the very tip of that thing, carefully, until you find what you're looking for. When you find it, put the lens in a cup or someplace where you don't lose it. At this point, the rest of the laser pointer is pretty much garbage. You can save the batteries if you want, but you might as well go ahead and throw the rest of that junk away. Now you can put the lens together. Use the bobby pin as sort of a holder for the lens. Put the lens into the bobby pin like you see me doing here. Be careful not to sort of shoot the lens across the room while you're doing this. Keep a firm grip on the lens while you slide the bobby pin around it. And once the lens is firmly in there, you can clean it up with a bit of cloth. And you're done. This thing might not look like much, but wait until you see what kind of photos you can take with it. Hey, where'd that guy go? Where'd that guy go? There he is, so you better get him. To use your macro lens, place your cell phone on a flat surface with the camera lens facing up. Then place the macro lens onto the phone so that it is centered immediately over the camera lens, with the rest of the bobby pin lying flat along the body of the phone. If you can get it so that the lens is perfectly flat against the surface of the phone, you'll get better photos. When the lens is in position, use a piece of painter's tape or masking tape to attach the bobby pin to the phone. And you're ready to go. To take macro pictures, move the phone very close to the subject. You want to get so close that you almost touch the subject with the tiny lens. It might take you a few minutes to get a feel for how close you have to move the lens to whatever it is that you want to photograph. And you may find that you need to adjust the placement of the lens over your phone's camera. And once you get the hang of it, you'll be exploring the wonders of the world from a whole new perspective. When you're finished taking photos, simply remove the painter's tape and put the lens someplace safe. I keep mine in a little container with a few pieces of painter's tape stuck to the outside of the container. So I have everything I need to take macro photos in one place, ready to go. So now you have a macro lens for your cell phone. What's the first thing you're going to take pictures of? How about a houseplant? Or a snowflake? An LP record? A piece of jewelry? Holographic fabric? A piece of thread? An old music box? A bit of text? You could even try capturing a bit of macro video with your new lens. Go crazy. I once managed to get photos of an aphid giving birth with my homemade lens, and then I got photos of a brand new baby aphid. So yeah, you're a scientific journalist now. Tell me what you took pictures of in the comments below. Well, I guess this just about wraps up the video. What did you think? If you thought this was a quality instructional session, maybe take a minute to click the like button. You can also help me grow my channel by subscribing, and I'd love it if you tell me in the comments what kind of creative projects you'd like to see me make in the future. Nothing with fire, please. I can't be trusted. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And I'm out like that.